just had my beautiful baby boy. His name is Michaela Scull on August 6th, 2021. He's going to be 2 weeks old tomorrow, which means tomorrow is going to be my 2-week postpartum basically like checkpoint. And I did not give a 1-week postpartum update just because I gave myself a little bit of time to rest and get adjusted. It didn't take too much time to actually really get adjusted. It's just I did hemorrhage at my birth, so it did take me some time to start feeling more rested in myself again. Now this is my 4th baby. My other children, they're actually with their dad right now, and so I decided to make this video before I folded a bunch of laundry. Now I think that everything has been going really smooth so far, like comparatively to my other births. It hasn't been too much different of a recovery period. I did hemorrhage, so I lost about 1 liter of blood, or a little bit more than that, and so that did make it so that the first week I wasn't supposed to really get out of bed and walk around too much, or like I was supposed to sit down more and rest. And so I did have to have help from my mom and from my husband. I was able to just stay in bed with baby, and the only times I really got up were to go to the bathroom. I went into the living room area and hung out on my recliner periodically, just to kind of visit with my kids and make an appearance so that they weren't so sad, like wondering why they didn't see their mom anymore. So otherwise, after my birth, since I did lose a lot of blood, it was a little bit hard at first to not feel so like dizzy and just not feeling so well. I had kind of a little bit of a hard time breathing at first when I was walking around. I was feeling very dizzy. I ended up having to go to the emergency room. I think I was like 3 days postpartum because I ended up passing out when I went to the bathroom. And then like about 2 days after that, I started feeling great. So I've been feeling a lot better since then, considering how much blood that I lost. But I did end up, after the emergency room, since it's COVID, I wasn't able to bring the baby in with me, and I was there for a long time. It was like 8 hours or something like that, and I wasn't able to bring him in to nurse during that time, so I just had to pump. I did end up having to give him like, it was, my husband gave him like 1.5 ounces of formula that the hospital brought out to him because I only had colostrum still, and it was so sticky that I wasn't able to like gather it enough, you know, like it was just sticking to the bottle, and it was making it so that I wasn't able to like have enough in order to give to him, even though his stomach's only so small. Like it was just sticking to the bottle so much that you couldn't even get anything out of it. And then my milk came in the next day, and so my milk came in, it was actually that night once we got home to the hospital, and he just kind of cluster fed all that night. I think that he was just missing me and nursing, and so he just cluster fed all that night, and then my milk came in like in the middle of the night. And since then I feel like I've had a great supply. Breastfeeding has been going really good. I've had a lot of issues breastfeeding my other children with a lot of pain at the beginning, even for the first few months. And this baby, I haven't had a single pain. From the first latch until now, 2 weeks later, it has been completely pain-free. Like not even a hint of any pain. It's been amazing. He is a great eater. He'll eat, sometimes he'll have his cluster feeding moments where he'll just want to latch, you know, like, I don't know, maybe like 4 times before he's finally settled, and then he'll sleep for a few hours. But otherwise, normally he'll eat off like one side, sometimes the other side, and then he's good to go for at least an hour and a half. since he is still so little, he still eats pretty frequently, but he's also a great sleeper at the same time. So he'll take great naps in between, and he honestly just kind of sleeps the whole time. He is a great sleeper at nighttime. He'll typically sleep for at least 2 hours, and then towards morning time he'll take sometimes like a 3 or 4 hour stretch. And I have been just nursing. I have given him maybe, not including the time that I was in the emergency room, I think we've given him a bottle twice at home, just because, as I had mentioned like in my pregnancy update videos, I want to make sure that he will take a bottle in case of emergency situations, just like when I passed out, or I've had to have emergency surgery before and my other son didn't take a bottle and he wouldn't eat the whole time that I was gone for like a whole day. So I felt really bad about that, so I want to make sure that he does take a bottle. So I have been using my Haka, and I'll use that once a day, and I'll get about 4 ounces that I've just been putting in my freezer. And every few days I've just given him at least like about an ounce inside of a bottle, and I've just used like the Medela nipple that attaches directly to the Medela like pumping bottles, and he's done great with that. And then it also gives Garrett like a chance to be able to feed him as well if I wanted to like shower or something. So that has been great. I do swaddle him at nighttime, and I have been having the worst postpartum like heat, like sweating going on. It's just been like all night I'll just sleep in like a bra and underwear, and I'm just like drenched in sweat even though we have our air conditioner on. I don't want to get it too cold, even though like I swaddle him and everything. Like I don't want it to be just too cold inside the room. So yeah, I've been struggling really bad though with getting overheated at nighttime. My bleeding stopped at 4 days postpartum, and it was gone for a whole week, and then just a few days ago it came back, but it's like really light, maybe only like a tablespoon of blood like a day. It's been very light, and it's normally when I go to the bathroom that I'll bleed, and it'll be like on the toilet paper, but I really don't have anything on the pad itself. So that has been great. I'm not sure if it's just because I had to have 2 shots of Pitocin, and I had to take like an oral thing that I had to keep inside my cheek when I hemorrhaged to help my uterus go back. And I don't know if that made my uterus contracting just go a lot faster. So maybe that's why I haven't bled as much, but normally, my last pregnancy, I bled a little over like 6 weeks, and it was like heavy bleeding the whole entire time. So, yeah, so I'm grateful that I haven't had a lot of bleeding at all, which is awesome. So I'm definitely a lot more comfortable. I didn't tear at all inside of my birth, so after maybe like 3 days, it didn't sting at all anymore, and I was able to stop using my peri bottle. When I went to the restroom, I didn't have to like spray myself down. I've just been using toilet paper. Now, my butthole is a different story. I have some pretty angry hemorrhoids going on, and they're still very big. Sorry if that's TMI, but that's just how I talk. It's no secret that like getting hemorrhoids when you push out a baby happens. So I have some pretty angry hemorrhoids, but that's the only like negative thing going on down there. I did try to look down there finally yesterday because I haven't really looked at myself, and everything looks great. It looks exactly how it did the last time I was able to look when I was pregnant, which was maybe when I was like 6 months or something like that. So I just got too big at the end to be able to like see myself. But otherwise I look great down there, and the only thing that's going on that's negative is my hemorrhoids. So I've just been using like a Earth Mama bottom like spray on my butt after I go to the restroom, and I haven't been needing to use it as much lately just because the pain is gone from it. So hopefully they'll go away soon. Now my boobs aren't leaking like an extreme amount, so I'll just have to change. I usually change my breast pads like in the morning and then before I go to sleep, and that's been enough, which is great. And I've been able to keep doing some things during the day just because he's such a great sleeper, so I haven't had any trouble keeping the living room, or not the living room, that's a different story. My kitchen has stayed clean and my laundry has stayed clean, so I haven't had a chance to put it away yet. I'm about to do that right now. But my living room has been a different story since that's where we have all the kids' toys inside of it. My husband has been helping a lot with getting that kind of stuff clean. And since I did spend like the first week like in bed, I was able to sleep a lot, and so I feel actually pretty well rested. I don't feel extremely tired when I get up in the morning, which is great. I actually feel like I have a decent amount of energy. I haven't been able to eat as well as I normally do. More like lunchtime and in the morning. I would say we've been eating really good dinners, but by the time I get like the kids' food sorted for them and everything, because Garrett started working again after a week. And so by the time I get like their stuff sorted, it's been more difficult for me to be able to eat very well. So I've just been trying to find, like, even if they're not healthy, just like higher protein snacks and stuff to help like maintain my energy. And I'll grab like whatever fresh fruit we have on the counter, and that's like what I've been sustaining myself with besides dinner. So beef jerky, salami, like random stuff like that. Like I've been having a lot of like protein bars, and then I'll grab like fruit off the counter. That's like been my meals, and it's been okay. So far that's what I've been able to manage, which is perfectly fine. Like eventually he'll be able to like sleep longer stretches, and I'll have an easier time being able to manage more than my 4 kids at one time. So, and I also have been feeling slightly more emotional the last like few days, but it hasn't been too terrible. I have struggled in the past with like postpartum depression and anxiety, and I honestly don't think it's as bad this time. I have like sudden times during the day where all of a sudden I just feel very sad, and then sometimes I've even cried, but it's about like nothing. It's just excess like hormones and stuff that just like come up all of a sudden, and then in the middle of me crying, I'm just like, why am I upset? I don't even know what I got upset about. It's just like the same as when you're pregnant, when you see like a random commercial and then you start crying all of a sudden. That's kind of how it's been the last few days. So hopefully my emotional state will go back to normal soon. It's not too terrible, at least, but that's just kind of what's been going on. Now I have not had to wear him too much inside the baby carrier, just because it's been really hot inside of our house, and I haven't really wanted to do it that much. We did go grocery shopping the other day. That was the only like outing that we did besides going to like a doctor's checkup for him, and I wore him inside the baby carrier then. And then this is like the first time that I've done it in the house, just because he seemed very gassy, and I had already fed him several times, like off of each boob, and so I put him in this and he fell right asleep. So I think that maybe he might have just been overtired. So otherwise he's doing great in this. Now he does take a pacifier. I've been using the you can't really see it that well, especially from that far away. They look like this. They're newborn size pacifiers, and this is the Medela brand. And he took this on like day 4. He didn't take it at first, but then I just kept trying, and he finally took it, and it has been amazing because he doesn't cry at all during the day now. I don't use it as a substitution for like holding him off on feeds or anything like that, but like when I'm changing him, or if I'm like in the bathroom and Garrett has him or something, or in the middle of the night if I need to go to the bathroom, then we're able to use the pacifier, and then he's like soothed momentarily until I'm able to like get back to him to feed him. So that has been really great. Now I do have that like hatch baby scale / changing table that I've been using, and I weighed him today and he just passed his birth weight. So he's just before 2 weeks and he just passed his birth weight finally at 8 pounds 12.75 ounces. So that's really great. Normally my babies don't pass their birth weight until like a little bit after 2 weeks. So he's doing very well with nursing, mostly just like exclusively nursing him. And he is definitely a pooper. I've had babies that are breastfed that go like longer in between pooping. Like that's completely normal just because they absorb a lot of everything and they don't really have a lot of waste normally with breastfeeding. But every baby's different, and he's definitely a pooping baby, and he'll have blowouts like all the time. And he's still in newborn size diapers. They fit okay. The main reason why he has blowouts is just because he has so much freaking poop. Like, no, I could put him inside of a larger diaper and he would still poop that much and it would just come out. So I don't feel like I need to up the diaper size yet at all. But I just thought I would mention, like, he's definitely a very poopy baby, and he potties like literally like every 30 minutes. So I've been changing him very frequently. And I'm happy that I have the changing table that's also in the living room because it has been saving my back. My pelvis is still hurting me from after birth. My pubic bone area just feels very tender still, and I can't close my legs together when I'm sleeping. I have to have something in between my legs still, otherwise it like throbs. So yeah, that's been one recovery thing. Otherwise, I feel like my uterus is going down pretty quickly to like pre-pregnancy size. It typically takes me longer postpartum for my uterus to look like I'm not 6 months pregnant. So I'm not really worried too much about it. Eventually, I'm only 2 weeks right now. Eventually, after a few months, it'll go back to the way it was before. But I guess that's about all that's been going on with myself. I've been having a really easy postpartum recovery period after that first week. The second week has just been, I feel like, a total breeze for me, which is amazing. For being my fourth baby, I felt like with having so many kids, like maybe it'll just take my body more time to recover, but so far it's been doing really great, and I feel like emotionally and physically, I have felt like I bounced back a lot quicker than with my other pregnancies. So I just don't feel like as tired. I'm not like angry about not getting enough sleep or anything like that. I think that I've just been really at peace with my baby and just trying to enjoy all the time that I've had with him. So it's been making me feel very thankful instead of like, once you have like a certain amount of like lack of sleep at nighttime, you might just feel like really overwhelmed and tired, and sometimes it could bring on like resentful feelings, but that hasn't been the case at all for me. Like, it's just been very easygoing, which is great. But yeah, he's just so cute. I'll show him his face really fast. Oh, his little dreams. But while I'm standing up, I'll show you guys my belly. This is what I look like. So far, 2 weeks postpartum. It's hard to see under his butt, but this is like the poofiest part, and I still have like a hernia right here, which is why it sticks out so much. But otherwise, the lower part of my stomach is doing pretty good, besides where I have my hernias, so I'm pretty happy with the way that my body is recovering. And overall, I've just been having a really good postpartum 2-week recovery period. So that's about it though for my update. Thank you guys for watching. I will start to be able to put out more vlogs soon. I have been having a really hard time getting my birthing video uploaded because it's 9 gigs and my phone service has just been not having it lately. So once that gets uploaded, I have like a few other videos that I have already recorded that'll start going up right away, and then I'll be able to start vlogging again. But that's just why it's taken so long. I have been making videos, they just haven't been able to get put up yet. So but they're all edited already. But so you guys go ahead and subscribe if you want to see more videos, and I'm going to be doing a lot of videos based off of Mr. Remy, just on like maybe like 24 hours with the newborn, like his routine that we have so far and stuff like that. So if you're interested in that, make sure you subscribe, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye. You said my